The quote, "An ill-organized scheme though supported by many goes to pieces." Meaning of the quote. At its core, this quote conveys a universal truth. Success depends more on order, clarity, and organization than on numbers or enthusiasm. Often, people believe that with enough support or manpower, any plan can succeed. However, if the plan lacks structure, direction, or coherence, even the strongest support will crumble under the weight of confusion and disarray. A strong foundation is essential, otherwise, the collective energy disperses into chaos, leading to eventual failure. It teaches us that proper organization and disciplined execution are more powerful than sheer numbers. Spiritual perspective. From a spiritual point of view, the entire cosmos operates in perfect balance and order. The cycles of nature, the rising and setting of the sun, the changing of the seasons, the flow of rivers, the blooming of flowers, all function under universal laws and harmonious design. When human beings undertake any endeavor, they are most successful when they act in alignment with these natural principles of order, balance, and unity. If people act with scattered minds, driven by personal desires, ego, or confusion, their collective actions can lead to disorder, no matter how many are involved. Spiritual teachings often emphasize clarity of intention, purity of purpose leads to sustainable outcomes. Right action, acting with discipline and mindfulness ensures long-term success. Inner harmony, a mind in turmoil cannot create external order. Thus, if a group embarks on a poorly structured mission, even with many supporters, it will disintegrate. True strength comes from inner alignment, not just outer support. Scientific perspective. Science, too, affirms this truth across many disciplines. 1. Physics and thermodynamics. The second law of thermodynamics tells us that entropy, disorder, tends to increase in any closed system unless energy is applied in a highly organized manner. A chaotic or unstructured system falls apart over time, no matter how large or energetic it may be. 2. Biology. In a living organism, millions of cells function together in highly organized structures. Each cell has a clear role. If even a few cells act out of order, as in cancer, the organism's health deteriorates, no matter how many healthy cells remain. 3. Engineering. A building, bridge, or machine must be constructed according to precise designs. Even with abundant resources or labor, a flawed blueprint or disorganized construction process will lead to collapse. 4. Social systems. In economics, organizations, and governments, disorganized leadership leads to instability. Many failed ventures show that large-scale support without clear vision and planning results in collapse. Let's bring this wisdom to life through a small story. The village festival. Once, in a peaceful village, the people decided to organize a grand festival to celebrate the harvest. Everyone was excited. Farmers, merchants, artists, and musicians all gathered to contribute. But no one appointed a coordinator. The cooks prepared too much of one dish and none of another. The musicians argued over who would perform when. The decorations arrived late because no one arranged the schedule. The guests arrived to find confusion and disarray. The festival ended in disappointment, though everyone had worked hard and wanted it to succeed. The next year, they learned from their mistake. They selected a few wise villagers to create a plan. Roles were assigned, schedules were made, and resources were allocated carefully. When the festival day arrived, everything ran smoothly, and it became the most joyful celebration the village had ever seen. Application to everyday life. This principle is deeply relevant to our daily experiences. 1. Personal life. Setting goals without a plan leads to frustration. Having many ideas but no clear path creates overwhelm. Organization brings peace and progress. 2. Work and business. A company with many employees but no clear leadership will struggle. Successful teams have well-defined roles, systems, and accountability. Planning meetings, setting priorities, and managing resources wisely lead to sustainable success. 3. Relationships and communities. Friendships, families, or communities thrive when there's mutual understanding, clear communication, and shared responsibilities. Chaos arises when people act without coordination. 4. Learning and personal growth. Reading many books or attending many courses is not enough without a structured plan to apply and integrate knowledge. Consistent, organized practice leads to mastery. The essence of this quote can be condensed as, order creates strength, chaos, however crowded, breeds failure. We are constantly reminded that true power lies not in numbers, but in harmony, clarity, and mindful organization. Enthusiasm is valuable, but without structure, it dissolves like scattered sand. Thank you for joining this exploration of wisdom. If this message resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe for more insights into timeless truths. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step, and every great idea begins with a strong foundation. See you in the next episode.